This is Inner Motion, a channel for those who move in silence, who train when no one's watching, who build the life they want without asking for permission. Let's talk about energy. Not some abstract idea, not vibes, not crystals. I'm talking about the real thing. The raw fuel you spend every day just to exist, to stay focused, to keep building, to stay standing when everything's trying to knock you down. And here's what nobody tells you: you are leaking it. Every day, into the wrong people, into conversations that go nowhere, into relationships that are already dead, into arguments you didn't even need to be in, and you wonder why you're tired, why you feel stuck, why your dreams feel far away. It's not because you're not trying hard enough. It's because you're giving your energy to people who don't deserve it. Let that sink in. You were taught to be nice, to not make a scene, to give people one more chance, so you let them stay, even though they drain you. You answer their messages. You take their calls. You show up when they need you. And what do? You get emptier. You get quieter. You get weaker. Meanwhile, they stay the same. Still complaining, still chaotic, still consuming. You're not their friend. You're their battery. And here's the truth. Most people are not worth your energy. You don't just lose energy when someone drains you. You lose direction. You lose clarity. You lose time and time. You don't get that back. Think about how many hours you've spent explaining yourself to people who didn't want to understand. How many days you've wasted trying to fix someone who didn't want to change. How many nights you've stayed up, stressed out, spinning in circles over a situation that wasn't even yours to carry. That's the invisible cost. That's the tax you pay for allowing access to the wrong people. Every "it's fine" when it's not. Every "I'll deal with it" when you shouldn't. Every "maybe they'll change" when you already know they won't. It adds up. And the person you're sacrificing in the process is you. You have a mission. You have something real you're supposed to build. But you can't do that if all your power is being bled out by distractions. You're not here to be drained. You're here to dominate. And you don't dominate by saving people who are addicted to drowning. Let that go. Because sometimes the strongest move isn't holding on. It's cutting off, not out of hate, but out of love for your future self. But here's where most people get stuck. They think cutting someone off has to be dramatic, loud, explosive, full of speeches and tears and guilt. No, you don't owe that to anyone. You can walk away silently, with grace, with strength, with power. You don't need to explain why you're done, why you stopped responding, why you stopped showing up for people who never showed up for you. Let your silence be your closure. Let your absence speak the truth they refused to hear when you were still present. And yes, it's going to hurt. You'll second guess yourself. You'll wonder if you were too harsh. You'll miss them not for who they were, but for who you hoped they could become. That's real. That's part of healing. But don't confuse missing someone with needing them. You don't need someone who drains you. Growth is lonely sometimes, but loneliness is not your enemy. Settling is . And when you finally stop feeding dead connections, when you stop watering wilted roots, you make space for people who pour into you, who match your energy, who want to see you win, but they can't get in if your life is already crowded with the wrong ones. So clear the space. Let it be empty for a while. Let it be quiet. Let it be still. Because that silence, that solitude, that's where your power returns. That's where you hear your own voice again. That's where you rebuild. Don't just distance yourself from what drains you, replace it. Replace noise with focus. Replace fake support with real solitude. Replace being available to everyone with being devoted to your mission. Because here's the truth nobody tells you. You don't need a huge circle. You need a powerful one. And sometimes that circle is just you. People think loneliness is the enemy, but that's a lie. Real growth requires isolation. Real transformation happens in silence, in solitude, in seasons where nobody's cheering for you, because those seasons, that's where you build resilience. That's where you get honest with yourself. That's where you stop performing for people who never clapped. Cutting people off isn't cruel. It's necessary. Not everyone is meant to walk with you. And that's okay. You're not abandoning them. You're choosing you. You're choosing peace. You're choosing to no longer sacrifice your energy to keep dead weight afloat. Let them say you disappeared. Let them call it ghosting. Call it evolution. You are not who you were last year, last month, last week, and if someone can't grow with you, they're not meant to sit at your table. You keep waiting for the right moment to walk away. You keep hoping they'll finally get it, that they'll wake up one day and realize how much they've been draining you. But they won't. And even if they did, why are you still waiting for their permission to reclaim your own energy? You don't need closure. You don't need an apology. You don't need to write a long message explaining your boundaries. You just need to decide right now that you're done letting people treat you like a backup battery. Because every second you spend explaining yourself to someone who doesn't even value you is another second stolen from your future. Let that sit. You are not here to be their emotional punching bag. You are not here to be a character in someone else's drama. You're here to build, to rise, to protect your light. So stop waiting, stop hoping they'll change. Stop shrinking just to make them feel more comfortable. That version of Yutha, one who always answers, always forgives, always stays silent, that version is gone. You're evolving, and they don't get to come with you. No warning, no announcement, just absence. That's how real boundaries work. So take your energy back, take your power back, take your life back, and don't apologize for it. You'll feel it creeping in. The guilt, the hesitation, the second guessing. That voice in your head, whispering, maybe I was too harsh. Maybe I should have replied. Maybe I'm being selfish. But here's the truth. Most people won't tell you that guilt isn't your conscience. It's your conditioning. You were raised to believe that choosing yourself was wrong. That prioritizing your peace meant you were cold. That saying no made you a bad person. But that's a lie. You weren't put on this earth to be emotionally available for people who aren't available for themselves. You weren't created to heal everyone while breaking yourself. So next time guilt knocks, don't answer. Let it sit in silence, because silence is where you get your clarity. And in that silence, you'll realize choosing yourself was never the problem. Sacrificing yourself was. You can care about someone and still protect yourself from them. You can forgive someone and still never let them back in your life. Guilt only has power when you believe. You owe someone access to your peace. You don't, not anymore. You are never meant to stay small. You were never meant to live in survival mode, surrounded by people who keep you second-guessing yourself. And yet that's what happens when you let energy vampires linger. They don't just drain you, they distort you. They make you forget how powerful you are, how focused you can be, how clear your life could feel if you weren't always exhausted from carrying everyone else's weight. But the truth is this: when you finally let go of what's draining you, you rise fast, your mind clears, your posture straightens, your voice gets firmer, and your path becomes obvious. Because peace isn't just a luxury, it's fuel. You move faster in silence, you build deeper in solitude, and the fewer distractions you allow, the stronger your foundation becomes. It's not about being antisocial, it's about being intentional. You can love people from afar, but you can only build your future up close with those who truly support it. And here's the thing about elevation: the air gets thinner at the top. You'll lose people on the climb. Good. Some were only meant for the base camp. Don't drag old relationships into your new chapter. Don't carry guilt for outgrowing the people who chose to stay still. If they wanted to grow with you, they would have so. Bless them, release them, and rise. There's a quiet strength in walking away, not storming out, not throwing words like daggers, just walking. No explanation, no warning, just silence. Because that silence, it says everything. It says, I value my peace more than your chaos. I value my future more than your drama. I value myself. Finally. And the most dangerous version of you isn't the one yelling, it's the one who's done talking. That version doesn't argue, doesn't beg, doesn't chase. That version builds, that version heals, that version wins. You don't need a grand exit. You don't need everyone to understand. You just need to know that your energy is no longer for sale. Let them feel your absence. Let them wonder where you went. Let them sit in the silence they used to fill with chaos. Because when you walk away with peace in your chest and clarity in your mind, you don't lose anything. You gain everything. This is your season of boundaries, your era of focus, your time to be unavailable for nonsense. You gave enough. You tolerated enough. You tried enough. Now you protect. Now you move. Ghost mode. Full powered that the new you doesn't apologize for walking away from what never served you. The new you doesn't explain growth. You just live it. Because this is more than just motivation. This is transformation. This is discipline in disguise. This is where your silence becomes your strength and your solitude becomes your sanctuary. This is inner motion, a movement for the unseen grinders, the quiet ones with loud futures, the ones who choose mastery over validation. So if that's you, if you're done being drained, if you're ready to move different, welcome home now. Unplug from the noise, reclaim your fire, and go build a version of you they'll never recover from.